From Skyline's statement to financial fallout, the company behind what was to be New Zealand's biggest apartment block has gone under. At 187 metres tall, Seascape was set to redefine Auckland's skyline, but now buyers have been left stranded and contractors exposed. Anne Gibson is the Herald's property editor and joins us live for the details this morning. Anne, good morning.
Atamani, Ryan.
So, this has been on hold for like 2 years now, hasn't it, this project? So was it a surprise to see the company going under?
Well, nothing surprises me with Seascape. It's been a very unusual project right from the start. The deepest hole said to be dug in central Auckland. So the basement itself is 5 levels deep, which is quite exceptional. Only a block from the waterfront, all on reclaimed land. So even its very inception was surprising. There's been a lot of litigation going on between the developer, which is Shundi Customs, and the builder, which is China Construction, for an extended period of time. In August 2024, China Construction suspended the contract for non-payment and subcontractors were ordered off the site. And there's been very little work going on that tower since August 2024.
And what happens now, Anne? Will we see very little work for another 2 years, 3 years, or what happens to it?
Well, there's 3 scenarios as I see it. The first scenario is that the receivers sell it. Now, I can't think of anyone right off the top of my head who wants to buy a partially clad tower with a superstructure up that is not yet finished and that has been exposed to the elements since August 2024 when everyone left. The second scenario is basically that it stays as it is for a number of years as a testament to failure on our skyline, which would be really unfortunate for Auckland. And the third scenario, which quite a few people in the sector are beginning to discuss at the moment, is New Zealand's largest building demolition.
Gosh, none of those options. I mean, I'm hoping, and that there's someone out there who's just going to swoop in and scoop it up and then continue with what was happening and everything will be fine. Are you saying that's the least likely?
Well, the problem with someone doing due diligence on a building as substantial as, what are we at, more than 50 levels and 187 metres tall, by far the tallest building in Auckland, apart from the Sky Tower. So New Zealand's tallest residential building, New Zealand's tallest freestanding building that can be lived in. How do you do due diligence on what the previous contractor did? Did they meet all the terms and conditions of the Building Code and the Building Act and the Resource Management Act and the Auckland Unitary Plan? Is 2 years exposed to the elements, leaving aspects like the concrete and the reinforcing steel in the building exposed to elements? How much of a concern is that? How do you pick up a building that substantial and know what you're dealing with? I mean, occasionally it does happen. Someone was reminding me that Brett Russell of Dominion Constructors picked up the big building up near Spaghetti Junction, the large apartment building, when that was partly built, and did finish it. And there's one at Green Lane, another big apartment building that a very clever builder, CMP Construction, picked up and finished. So it does happen. But this is such a substantial building. There's so much to this. And I know the neighbours are getting terribly upset because they see this as a huge nuisance in their neighbourhood in terms of, well, the visual appearance, but also traffic issues and also dust and nuisance from the actual building itself.
And who takes the biggest hit from the receivership? Is that the contractors, the investors, who?
Well, what I'm really worried about is a lot of locally owned subcontractors who are owed substantial amounts on this. Now, these people in good faith walked into the site and did work on it, and they've been waiting to be paid in some cases since August 2024. Now, that takes a huge toll. And bear in mind as well, just in the last few days, we've had the failure of Teak Construction, which was on 5 sites, said to have completed about $900 million of worth of work and been in business for 34 years. Now, those staff are looking for jobs. So you've got you've got a real squeeze in the construction sector at the moment. Very unfortunate.
100%. And appreciate your time and analysis as always this morning. Anne Gibson, the Herald's property editor, on the fate of Seascape.